Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oralia, and if you are new, thank you. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you are not subscribed, please make sure to hit the red subscribe button so that way you don't miss any video content from me. If you are returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming back and hanging out and talking about makeup and all kinds of fun things like that. So today I am coming to you with a very exciting video, at least very exciting for me. I didn't really want the palette when I first started seeing videos pop up for it. All of a sudden there was a flip of a switch and I was in love with the palette and I couldn't get enough videos about it. And the palette that I'm talking about is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I was so excited to use it that I decided to do a 2 looks 1 palette after I talk about what I think about this palette. So let's go ahead and dive on in, because otherwise this video is going to be 45 minutes long. Here's the box for it. It's beautiful. It's got this beautiful reflective, look on it. I mean, it's very, very pink and purple. But it doesn't, to me, it doesn't really speak to what's truly inside the palette. You've got the cover here and it is absolutely beautiful. This woman is, she is just, she's a goddess. She is so beautiful. I really love the effect that they did on the cover of this palette. It's got the beautiful shimmers right here. The palette itself is a cardboard palette. It's extremely sturdy. It's made of cardboard. It's got some weight though. And I really like the fact that it is slender and it is very, very sturdy. So this is what the palette looks like. It's got a nice sizable mirror on it. Huda did a beautiful, beautiful job figuring out the color story for this palette, because I mean, you've got your warm tones, but in addition to that, you've got all these beautiful purples and cranberries and pinks. You got a really lovely, like earthy red in saffron. And then you've also got a really nice set of like golds that you can go to. It is just absolutely stunning. I love this palette. I think it is a definite must-have if you appreciate and love warm palettes, or if you really, really love like warmer toned purples. It just goes on beautifully. All of these colors go on beautifully that I tried anyway today. Anyway, enough rambling on and me gushing over this palette. Let's go ahead and talk about the quality of the shadows. Of all of the shadows that I tried, I love them all. They're really, really great quality as far as how they've gone on the eyes. I am going to do swatches for you, but honestly, finger swatches are great so that you can kind of see what the colors look like, but it's really about how the shadows perform on the eyes. You're not going to know, based off of what you put on your hand, how it's really going to perform on the eyes. I'm going to show you the colors swatched on my hand, for illustrative purposes, but truly it's about how they go on the eyes. And both of the looks that I created with this palette, they went on extremely beautifully. So I have high hopes that the other colors are going to go on just as beautifully as these. The 2 hardest shadows to formulate in cosmetics today are matte purples and matte reds, and she did an outstanding job on both of these. If she can do those right, she can probably do them all right. And she did them right. Both of the colors are extremely beautiful. They're pigmented. They're not patchy. They go on very well. They blend easily, but they don't blend away. I encourage you, if you are interested in this kind of color family, give this palette a try. It is expensive. I think it's like $65, I want to say. I'll have it linked down below. It is so far worth every flippin' penny to me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. The first color is this really pretty cream color called Desert Sand. You're probably not going to see it very well on my skin because I am a little bit deeper skin tone, but it's really soft. Feels really, really good. The next one is I want to call it almost like a mushroomy kind of color. It reminds me of mushrooms, and it's called Musk. That's kind of funny that I called it a mushroom and it's called Musk. And this one is kind of like, it's like a taupey kind of beigey brown. And then the other one is Eden, which I used in my transition in the first look. And I'm telling you guys, these shadows are as soft as butter. I mean, they're just really, really soft. They've got great pigmentation. I also used Amber, and it is just your typical, terracotta kind of, burnt orange color. that you can find in pretty much any warm tone palette. The next one is a shimmer. It is called Blood Moon. Oh my god, that is so soft. All right, and then gonna place that here. And oh man, look at that. That is such a beautiful sheen. When I dipped my finger in it, it was like velvet. And then the last one in this row is OUD, and I need to figure out how to pronounce that. But that's it right there. It is a brown. It's so soft, guys. I mean, it is so soft. It looks one way in the pan. I was expecting something to be more of a true brown, and it ended up pulling to be more of a red brown. Now, on to the second row, starting with Celestial, which is a really pretty kind of like a bronzy gold color, and it is a shimmer. And it looks like it's got a little bit of a duochrome to it. It's got a little bit of pink, if you can see it as I'm moving my hand around. It's gold, but it's got like a pink shift. The next one is Nefertiti, and it is just a true gold, kind of like a medium toned gold. And this one does have a little bit of glitters in it, so you might have some fallout if you use that one. I would recommend probably using it wet or using your finger to apply it. And then Twilight, which is what I've got on my eyes today in the center of my eyes. And this one is soft and buttery. I tried it with a brush, a synthetic bristle brush. I tried it wet with that brush, and I tried it with my finger, and I found that the finger application was the best. Twilight is a beautiful, it's like a violet, it's got blue in it, it's got pink in it. I mean, it's just a really beautiful opalescent shade. And then the next color is Amethyst, which I also have on my lids, and it is just a beautiful red toned violet, and it's not a good swatch because I'm using my pinky. And then the next color is Royal, which is more, I would say, of a satin finish, and it is kind of like the shimmery sister to Amethyst, I think. They're very, very similar in tone. It's just that one has got a sheen, you know, kind of like a pearlescent sheen or a satiny kind of sheen. And then Retrograde, and this one is definitely a duochrome. This one is a little bit drier, not gonna lie, but it has more of a kind of like a pink or a red and brown type of shift to it. All right, so the last row is starting out with Cashmere, which I used this one in the first look that I did, and you'll see it in action, but it is just a really pretty kind of like, I wanna say it's like a champagne almost. But it does have a little something to it. It's got a little bit maybe of a purple undertone. Look at how metallic that is. That is just beautiful. Angelic is the color that is next to it, and it is also one of these shimmery metallic colors, and I think this one's going to be more along the lines of a rose gold, and yep, that's what it looks like. Really beautiful sheen. Really nice metallic look. Cosmo is a pressed glitter, and it is the red one that you see. You've seen it in other swatch videos. It is a pressed glitter. It is not meant to be used as a shadow. You really have to be very gentle with it because it is packed in there, and it's not going to swatch well in the way that I'm swatching it. Just know that it is not going to swatch well. I'm being very, very careful with it. And it is simply a red pressed glitter that has some golds in it and probably some copper in it as well. And you will have to use a glitter glue with that shadow. Please, when you get your palette, don't just dig your finger in there. That's not how it's going to work. Use a small flat shader brush with a little bit of glitter glue on your lids and apply this, because it's not going to stick around. You know, it won't stay unless you've got something for it to stick onto. I wouldn't even say of liquid. You would have, you know, like a Fix Plus or something like that. You really need to have some sort of a tacky primer or something like that, like a glitter glue. And that's how I would use it. I would use it with some sort of a, you know, something that's going to make it stick. And it does have beautiful pink, red, and gold glitters in it. The next one is Turkish Delight. And it is a deeper copper than Blood Moon, I think. It's kind of like more of a red toned copper, and I mean, whoo doggy. That is gorgeous, and that's it on my finger right here. Oh, look at that. Then I have Saffron, which is a beautiful red, deep red matte. And I've got that on my eyes. In both of the looks, I used saffron. And it is extremely soft for being a red. And then Blazing, which is a deeper orange. It's got a little bit more orange to it than Amber does. And I struggled slightly with this one, I'm not gonna lie, but I did end up getting the effect that I wanted. I just had to build it up. I think I was probably using the wrong brush with it, but it is just a really pretty, kind of more of a pumpkin-y orange than Amber. Amber, I would say, is more of a terracotta. This one has a little bit more kind of like yellow to it, and it comes across more like a pumpkin to me. I don't even have to say I recommend it. You know already, you know. Definitely worth the money. If you have it, or if you want to put it on your Christmas wish list or whatever, you know, this is definitely one that I think is worth having if you enjoy warm tone colors, if you enjoy purples, warmer purples, you know, like red tone purples. And if you really love that sunset eye look. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this format where I do review swatches, 2 looks, 1 palette. I know I'm combining like 50 videos into one, but I have to maximize my time, and so this is one of the ways that I think of doing it. The tutorials are going to be really quick. If you are interested in seeing how I came up with this eye look, in addition to one more, then stay tuned. Okay, so I've got all my face makeup on and going in with Eden, and I'm applying that as my transition using a soft fluffy brush and just kind of blending that above the crease. Next, I'm going in with Amber, and with a more dense crease brush, I'm going in and applying that to the actual crease just to give it some depth and some dimension. Next, I'm going in with Saffron and adding that to the outer corner and just bringing that in a little bit into the crease, again to make a little more definition in that area. And then I'm buffing it out with the brush that I used with my transition. Time for a coffee break real quick. And then going in with Cashmere and adding that to my lid. All right, and then I'm going to deepen that outer V again with Saffron. I lost a little bit of that, and then blending. I'm going to go in next with Desert Sand and apply that to my brow bone. And then on the lower lid, I'm repeating what I did up on the upper lid, going in with Amber and Saffron, and then going in with Oud, I believe is how it's pronounced, and just lining my upper lid with that using a really fine detail brush. And then magically, my mascara is on and I'm making fish face. And that is the finished everyday look with this palette. Now, moving on to the glam look. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated. Starting out with Blazing and adding that as my transition color. And as I mentioned, I did struggle with this one a little bit, and I think it's because I was using the wrong brush with it. I did have to work to build it up some, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. You know, you don't want to start out too crazy. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm just building that up. Then I'm going in with Saffron on the crease, and this time around I'm looking for a lot more intensity, so that's why I selected that color. And as you can see, I'm layering it on quite a bit because I do want a really dark but intense crease. Then I'm going in with a fluffy brush and just kind of blending the transition and the crease color together. Next, I'm going in with Amethyst, and using a flat shader brush, I am applying that to my lid. And this one I worked at a little bit to build up, but it did build up easily. But I did want it to be really intense and pretty dark, so I'm just going in and layering it and making sure that I'm getting it up into my crease. And then, of course, doing a little bit more blending. I'm going to go in with Desert Sand and apply that to my brow bone. And then blending the two colors together, meaning the transition shade and the brow bone shade. And I lost a little bit of that saffron in the crease, so I'm going in and adding a little more, and of course blending a little more. All right, going in with the star of the show, and it's Twilight. And first I start out using my finger, and then I move to a dry brush, and I don't show that. I lost the footage somewhere, but I do apply with my finger first. And then decided I wanted to dampen the brush. And there I'm getting the pop of color that I'm looking for. And then I'm adding a little bit of amethyst to the outer and inner corners because I lost some of it. And repeating what I did on the upper lid, on the lower lid, starting out with blazing and then using saffron and just kind of softly blending those two colors out. And then I go in with a little bit of amethyst and kind of just make sure that everything is cohesive and connected. Then I'm going in with some liner. I believe this is my LA Colors liquid eyeliner, and using Urban Decay Perversion mascara. This is just a single coat that I'm putting on because I will be applying falsies. Decided to pop my waterline with ColourPop's liner. I can't remember the name of this color, darn it. I will have it listed down below, but it is just a really pretty lilac color, and I just wanted to pop that, and there is the finished look. I'll have all products that I use listed in the description bar down below. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all of that jazz, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!